Hey guys, this is a Wi-Fi battle that I had on stream a few days ago. I don't remember too much about it because, I don't know, I just don't. I've been having a lot of battles on my Twitch stream lately, but I do remember that this was a really good one, and I rarely save battles on stream. So, let's get into it. This is against Joe, aka the Reefer17. He's been on my YouTube channel for a while, and he's been sticking around on my Twitch chat, so big shouts to him for this, and he is a great battler, guys. I think he was a bit off his game here, because he was just playing around, but he is a very good battler, so let's get right into it. Alright, so I even forgot what we led with here. Alright, he leads off with his Manectric here, and I'm going to go ahead and lead with my Hawlucha. I was testing out my new team without Aegislash, because a lot of you might know that Aegislash just got banned from OU, banished to Ubers by Smogon, so it was a huge staple on my team, and I'm just trying to recover from it now. So he's going to Mega Evolve first turn, go for a Volt Switch. I wasn't expecting that for whatever reason, so I went straight for a high jump kick, but obviously that's a huge misplay on my part, so Hawlucha's going to go down right there. And the only advantage I get from this is a Switch Initiative now. He does go into his Heatran, which is a huge threat, always. It's bulky, its typing is crazy, it's just a scary Pokemon overall. So I'm going to go into Breloominati because I have that priority Mach Punch, plus I have a Focus Sash to live any hits that this thing can dish out on me, and I can just go for another Mach Punch because I know it's a 2-hit KO. But he does go for a Stealth Rock here. Smart play because getting rocks up is always pretty essential in any battle. And then to preserve that, he's going to go out into his Hitmontop. Really annoying thing about his team here, he has triple Intimidate. He has Hitmontop, Masquerain, and Mega Manectric, all with Intimidate, so it's really annoying in this battle. But that Mach Punch gets a second crit, so it does a lot of damage to a Hitmontop, because Hitmontop is usually run an Impish Assault Vest, so I was grateful to get a crit there. And I do go for a Spore this turn, and obviously I'm faster, so that thing's going to be asleep for a while. And next, I don't think there's much I can do to him here, because this Breloominati has Bullet Seed, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, and Spore, so there's not much I can do to it. Maybe a Bullet Seed, but at -1 I don't really trust that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Punk, my special Toxicroak here. I really like the special Toxicroak, despite its special attack stat being lower than its attack stat, it's just really good. So he's going to go back into his Manectric, probably expecting that I'm a physical attacking set to go for another Intimidate, but I'm actually special. But he does go for a Flamethrower, knowing that I do have Dry Skin and that's going to do more damage because of it. And luckily for him here, he gets a burn. But I'm going to go for a Sludge Wave because that's my strongest stab move. That's still not going to kill a Manectric, but it takes it down to a decent amount of damage. And then next, of course the burn damage is going to hurt me here. With the burn and the Flamethrower, it's definitely not helping me. But he's going to go straight into his Bisharp. I went for a Vacuum Wave because I wanted to kill that Manectric with priority, but he made a bad switch here. Despite that crit, that definitely didn't matter because Vacuum Wave is 4 times effective, and Bisharp's special defense is not that great. But the burn's going to take me down here. I don't mind because Bisharp is a huge threat on his team, so I'm glad that is out of the way. And so we have clean switches here. It's 4-on-4 now, I believe, or 4-on-5. But I'm going to go back into my Breloominati, but he does go with another Intimidator, so I'm at -1 once again, and those rocks are going to ruin my Breloominati's Sash. I expected him to go for a Flamethrower here, because my Sash was broken by the rocks, but he goes into Hitmontop to double Intimidate me, so now I'm at -2 with Breloominati, and I went for a Mach Punch to take that thing out, but it didn't really, obviously switched out, and Hitmontop's going to eat that up. Especially because I'm at -2 and Hitmontop is bulky again, as I said. So now I'm going to switch because there's nothing Breloominati is going to do here. Especially because he already has a Pokemon asleep. So I'm going to go into my Scizor now. I haven't used Scizor competitively in a long time. So I was really hesitant to put it on my team. But he's going to go ahead and switch into his Latios now. A bit of a questionable one, but I run HP Fire on my Latios. And I was just hoping that he didn't. But he has an HP Fire Latios like me, so my Scizor is going to be useless here. So that was really the only explanation for why he would switch Latios in. So I definitely should have played knowing that, but I misplayed, so my Scizor's dead now. And that Latios reveals that it has a Life Orb here. So I'm going to go into Shauna, my Sylveon, because it has Hyper Voice and pretty good coverage against the Latios, especially because it has a good amount of special defense. But he's going to go into Heatran, smartest switch here. I thought a Hyper Voice would actually do more, even though it's quad resisted, but it did like absolutely nothing. But nonetheless, I don't know what a Heatran can do to me. Of course, there's Flash Cannon, but it already has its rocks up, so I'm just going to stay in. He does go for a Will-O-Wisp, probably predicting a switch into one of my physical attackers, because most of the things I had left were physical attackers. But I'm going to go for another Hyper Voice. Hope that it kills. It does roll more than the last Hyper Voice, so it does actually kill the Heatran there. So I'm really glad that thing's out of the way, because Heatran is always a huge, bulky threat that I never want to deal with. Despite Shauna being burned, I'm very glad with that trade-off. So next he's going to bring in his Manectric, because it does have a good way of getting free damage off by Volt switching, and it does just that. So this isn't a completely specially defensive Sylveon. It actually has only 4 EVs in special defense. It's just max HP and max special attack. And he now is his Masker, and he actually hatched this on his own, which is pretty awesome. It was almost near perfect. But I go for a Hyper Voice here, and that takes a good like 60% from it. So I'm glad with that damage that Shauna's getting off here. Don't know why he even switched into Masquerain in the first place after that Volt switch, but it's whatever. But he does go for a Roost. Not seeing the point in that, because Hyper Voice is doing well more than half damage. Maybe to stall out the burn, but I don't really know what the point is there. Anyway, he's down to the red health now. I believe next turn he went for another Roost, actually, which really had no purpose, unless he went for, let's see. Oh, he went for Air Slash, okay. But, yeah, there was really no point in roosting that last turn either. Even getting a little bit of damage on Air Slash would have helped. But he did get burn damage, I guess. But Masquerain's not going to do much and just die right here. And Shauna's still staying strong. 2 kills now. Killed the Heatran and the Masquerain. So, Heatran's a huge threat. I'm not sure about Masquerain, though. Anyway, he's going to go into his Latios because it obviously outspeeds me. I have nothing that wants to come in and take a Psyshock, so I'm just going to let Shauna die here. So, Sylveon put in the finest of work, so I'm fine with it taking a break there. So, but the Latios is a huge threat. So I'm going into Brave Bird, my Zapdos, which is actually a Talonflame counter, hence it being named Brave Bird. Because it is bold, and obviously the electric typing gives it a resistance to Talonflame's Brave Bird. But he does go for a Draco, and that does a ton of damage, just kills my Brave Bird straight out in there. I have a lot of pointless deaths in this battle, so he definitely has the advantage here. It looks like he's definitely going to win. But he does get -2 on his Latios, which is definitely a big one, a big important thing to keep in mind there. But Breloominati is my last Pokemon. He goes for an HP Fire instead of a Psyshock for some reason. I think he was just like playing with me just to screw with me or whatnot. But anyway, I'm going to go for a Rock Tomb. That speed drop is definitely going to help, and obviously it resists Bullet Seed and Mach Punch. But next turn I'm just going to go for Bullet Seed to get that guaranteed hit, because Rock Tomb misses have failed me before. So Latios is now out of the way. The only problem now is he has 2 Pokemon left with Intimidate, which are Manectric and Hitmontop. So he's going to go into his Manectric now, the first Intimidator. He's at a fairly low amount of health, but I'm going to go for a Mach Punch here because it's definitely faster than me, but I'm going to take this thing out, so thankfully it's gone. But next I had no chance here because he has Intimidate on his Hitmontop. -2 Breloom's not doing much. Its base attack isn't high enough to give it too much justice at -2, but I do go for a Bullet Seed. I get a crit on the first hit, which is really cool. And then Breloominati, the Illuminati was behind this one. It gets all 5 hits. So his last Pokemon is Hitmontop. It's asleep in the red health. You know what that means. Even at -2, a Mach Punch is going to do work here, even with those leftovers. But I believe he is slower than me, so I do go for the safe Bullet Seed. And thanks to his misplay on HP Fire instead of Psyshock on Latios, Breloominati takes home the victory, even at -2. So this was just a really, really fun battle. I couldn't believe I beat Joe, because Joe has beaten me 3 times on stream. I beat him once before, but there was no justice in that. So this victory was huge. My chat went wild. But Joe, good game, man. This was really fun. Of course, I play for the shits and giggles, not for the overly competitive overly competitive atmosphere. So this was very fun. Thanks for that battle, Joe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys are looking forward to some more Wi-Fi battles with this beautiful capture card quality. Alright, so peace out, guys, and stay slick.